Good morning, dolls, and welcome to Little Gretchen's workshop. So this is part 2 of completing parquet floors for the rooming house, parlor, and the hallway. Now, dolls, I've already completed both pieces or both segments of the floor, and now I'm adding wood putty. Now, this is a very common and inexpensive wood putty. It works really well and it stains well. So I'm just using, it's actually a makeup spatula to smash the wood putty into the crevices, gaps, creases, spaces in between the individual parquet pieces or whatever you want to call it. And this is to give it a more uniform look and to make it look smooth. The whole surface of the floor looks smooth. Now you can see now it's been puttied and sanded, and I do need to add, I call the last layer of stain before I seal my work in. But I'm really pleased. I have the stain a little bit darker on the actual floor to the parlor, and the hallway is slightly lighter. I do need to close up that seam that divides the two segments, but I'm really pleased with how everything has turned out so far. Now here, dolls, I'm adding the last layer of actual stain. I used a color called Natural because I didn't want to disturb or disrupt the colors I had already placed on the floor with the individual stains. So I figured this would just bring what I already had there to life and just brighten it up. I felt like if I used something darker or something with too much pigment, it would change the overall look of the floor, which is something I didn't want to do. And I felt like it would add a little bit of color to the part that I had just puttied, just to make it blend in with the already existing stains and seams. This step is totally optional. Your floor will be fine without it. Or if you wanted your parquet pieces to be a little bit darker, you could use a deeper stain. Now, dolls, I am kind of sloshing it around and swiping it every which way, but I just wanted to get a nice thin layer on it. You don't want to put it on too heavy because you don't want to saturate your parquet pieces and cause your individual pieces to start to warp or curl up. So definitely use a very thin sparing coat when you're putting on your final layer of stain before you seal your work. Now, I know I said it before, dolls, but I'm really pleased with this overall look of this floor. Now, I've been doing parquet floors for some time, but this is the first time I did it this way, where I stained each individual piece and then assembled it like a puzzle. I really, really like the outcome, and I think that going forward, this will be my new parquet floor method. Now, dolls, I've always thought that making parquet floors with shingles is very cost effective. It's just tedious. Now here I am with the final finishing stage to the floors. I'm using satin Mod Podge. Now, dolls, Mod Podge does look white when you first apply it, but it will dry absolutely clear. You definitely have the option to use the matte or the gloss, but I am partial to the satin because I want a little sheen, but I don't want a high gloss. So let's go look at it inside the house. And here we are, dolls, the rooming house parlor floor. This looks great. This is even better than what I even imagined when I first started to think of the parlor floor. I think this really sets the stage for this room and really, really sets it apart from the other rooms in the house. So let's look at some of the furniture in here because I'm really excited about using this green furniture, dolls. I've had this set for a couple years now. My kids bought it for me for my birthday a couple years ago, and I'm really excited about using it in this room. I've been saving it specifically for this project. So I'm just trying to get a feel of how I'll place the furniture. And dolls, I tell you all the time, you have to play because it helps you know what you need and what you need to do. So I've placed my chimney breast, the base under the fireplace, and I'm kind of stepping back so you can see how the hallway and the parlor floor kind of work together. I've put off this room in this area for so long, but I'm really excited about how dramatic and grand this floor is. So I'm really excited about assembling all the details and adding all the extras. So I've got to find a nice area rug and do some nice curtains. I have decided I do believe I'm going to use that maroon wallpaper in this room because I really think it'll complement the floor in a way that it won't feel like it's competing. So I just kind of wanted you dolls to see what I was doing, see what I'm thinking, get a feel for my ideas for this room now that I've anchored the room with the floor. I have a tendency to always want to do the floors first because I feel like it's sort of the foundation for the room. It kind of gives you direction for where you're going. So now that I've got the floor complete, I can focus myself on this chimney breast, fireplace, and the base. So here's the chimney breast dowels, and I've added the sides to it, and I ran it the whole length of the chimney breast. It's about 3/4 of an inch deep to allow for a mechanism to actually light the fireplace. Now I'm considering using this brick on the inside of the fireplace, but the actual body or the breast of the fireplace itself, I'm actually going to use the wallpaper. I have to be really careful because I only have 2 sheets, so there's no room for error. My measurements and my cuts for the wallpaper need to be spot on because I don't have any more. And here, dolls, I'm really just checking out the angles of the floor and looking at how beautiful the furniture looks. I'm really, really excited about decorating here, especially getting ready for Christmas. Now, this is a cute little tree, but it really doesn't fit the look that I want for Christmas for this room. So I've got to keep looking. Now, I did want to show you dolls one more thing I did. I pulled out my trusted Dremel and I scored these doorways to help me open up the area for the archway and for the doorway into the hallway. Now, it didn't really let you see the whole process, but I will show you here what I did. I cut little scored lines, and then because the wood is so brittle, dolls, I just take an old wire cutter and just break out the pieces. Yeah, so I made quite a mess, but it actually did what I wanted it to do. So if you kind of look there, you can see I broke off enough. I will have to wood putty those splintered areas, but this part I need to bring it up a little bit higher so that match the height of the doorway to the hallway. And here I just showed myself picking away at it with my nippers because trying to cut the wood that's so splintered is really, really difficult. Now I've gotten it a little higher where it's closer to match the doorway to the hallway. I do need to get a little bit more up in the corner, but yeah, this is what we're working with, dolls. This walls of this house are very brittle and splintered. This dollhouse had suffered and endured several Michigan winters out in a tomato shed before I bought it for $40. So yeah, it's doing really good. And here I've cleared the way in the doorway. I've made it where it matches the height of the door to the hallway, and I'm feeling good about it. Yeah, I got a little sanding to do, trimming things up, and I do need to putty those splintered areas, and I need to get this mess up off the floor before the dolls see it. Now, dolls, I do want to show you, I am still considering using those doors on this one doorway because I think they look really, really regal and beautiful, especially along with the floors. So I just want to take you back through the hallway here so you can get a glimpse of it through this doorway. So I'm trying to get my camera in here so I can give you a quick peek of the floor through the hallway doors. Okay, so dolls, I just took a minute to make sure that the doors opened and actually swung open like they were supposed to from the other side. And you see all that area I need to do the putty on. So let's go ahead and go out into the hallway so I can just give you a view from the other side of the door. But I just love the way that door looks. It looks so grand and regal. So let's see what it looks like on the other side. So this is the view of the parlor room floor from the hallway, which would be the entrance hall where the people bring their luggage and trunks to enter the rooming house. Yeah, I think the floor looks great with these doors. I guess I'm going to have to keep this one closed so that only one of the sides will swing open because I don't want the dolls hitting each other in the face. So these are my ideas, dolls. Now, dolls, if you've enjoyed this video today, let me know in the comments. Also, like, share, and subscribe. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next episode of Little Gretchen's Workshop. Bye-bye now, dolls.